Hello and welcome to Blockchain Gaming World Daily with me, John Jordan. So, interesting little snippet today. Not maybe struggling, maybe struggling to say it's actual news, but I thought it was interesting. I thought it kind of showed some interesting kind of a dialogue at least. So this is Cliffyb. Cliff Blakinski used to work at Epic. I guess best known for his work on Unreal and Gears of War. Worked on some other games as well, not quite so successful. we'll move on from that. He's an interesting guy, and he's sort of left games, but clearly still very interested in games, and it wouldn't be a surprise to see him come back into games. I think he's still fairly young. So he tweeted out today. He tweets a lot, so maybe we shouldn't read too much significance into this. But are any games using NFT/blockchain for items yet? So it's interesting to see sort of the answer. So it's interesting that Cliffyb has asked this. Obviously, he could have just Googled some stuff, but he's obviously kind of testing the water a little bit. Maybe I think there's a few people who are kind of interested in games who maybe have been quiet recently, who might be tempted back. I think with the interest in blockchain. I mean, certainly. Will Wright, the famous Will Wright, the SimCity. He's working on a blockchain game. No idea what it is or how it's going to turn out, but he's working on a blockchain game. So I think blockchain will tempt a few of these people back in because it's the start of a new market. And I think these people who have kind of got bored with making games at the moment might be tempted and interested in coming back. Anyway, that's my subjective view on it. So anyway, what have we got? So interestingly, straight away, we've got Blanco's Block Party in there. Hey, yeah, Blanco's. So we all know about Blanco's Lightbringer. Again, I've done a lot of videos about Lightbringer. Okay, blah blah blah. People asking, are you working on something like that? Obviously, Cliffy is not replying to any of these, so this becomes a bit of just a kind of random sort of kind of rant. So people then talking about, obviously, gas prices are expensive. Yeah, okay. Someone here. I'm with Riot on this one. No cryptocurrency, no blockchain, no NFT. So he's not very rude. He's not a supporter. Jeff tried to get into blockchain for 15 seconds and then decided he wasn't going to do that. We have the typical thing about the wasted energy and electricity of using a blockchain. Obviously, not if you're using a proof of stake blockchain. Of course, we are kind of saying this that a few supporters saying, yeah, of course it's coming. Let's get down to any more. This is kind of it is interesting because there are, I think, the majority, well, not the majority, but I think there are quite a lot of responses here that are negative, and I've always been quite. Initially, I was surprised. Now I'm not surprised how many people in the games industry are really anti-blockchain for some reason. So, are there any somethings using blockchain yet? And you get the same answer: nothing really useful. Says Kazaz, who no idea who they are. So we have a bit of engine stuff going on here. So engine, obviously fairly popular. A few games, nothing really that's reached any sort of scale yet. There was some terrible old Ethereum web-based game, if I recall. Yeah, well, that's not a great answer, is it? Crypto game objects. The Castle Crypto NFT news is very keen on engine. Gas fees, yeah. This one, Ember Sword, so that's still in development. We have Chris is very keen on some engine games. Skyweaver comes up, actually. Skyweaver comes up again, so that's interesting. Splinter Lands, Gods Unchained, yeah. I mean, they're all there. This was a funny one. There was some buzz about that Cooking Mama game. There was this whole weird thing about a Cooking Mama game going on Nintendo with blockchain. it was absolute nonsense. Gods Unchained Sandbox, says Joseph. Yes, good. Oh, he looks like he's doing. It looks like he's doing marketing for the Sandbox. Yes. No, not very surprised. There is zero you can do on a blockchain that you can't do on a server or with EOS. Is EOS not a blockchain? It's kind of funny. Maybe there's some EOS hate going on there. There is some Doctor Who themed game. It looks like an absolute horror show, and the cards cost more. It is madness. Well, there is a Doctor Who themed game coming out there. It is. We'll see if it's madness or not. The game's not out yet. Just some cards. Microtransaction to be a precursor to blockchain. Yeah, we need one to kick it off. Yeah, Counts Casey back again. Skyweaver. Yeah. OpenSea as a marketplace. I mean, these are not very good. We start to see some games coming up, but there's not really a very good. Yeah, you can kind of see actually the education around blockchain games. I mean, these are not blockchain people; these are people following Cliffyb. But there's not a great amount of information saying this is sort of what's happening. I think Archclicker was working on one. Who's Archclicker? He's working at Red Fox. Yeah, so Red Fox is doing this Clogs game. I've been playing Apex Legend. What's that got to do with anything? Gods Unchained is likely the biggest. Okay. Not sure about that. I don't know. This Shroom stuff starts coming in. It seems to be like Shroom Finance. Are they sort of doing some sort of weird minting thing? Are they? Yeah, I think that's unlikely. Please list them so we can avoid them. Ha ha, Robert, you're hilarious. Hilarious liberal father. Skyweaver, yeah. CryptoKitties, whether it's a game or not. Oh, good Blancos. Yeah, we like the Blancos one. Engine's been doing it for a few years now. Yeah, not really games yet. Skyweaver, so you've got Skyweaver. Skyweaver's interesting. I think it's going to be a great game. It's been pretty quiet. Got Shrooms. NBA Top Shop, obviously not a game yet. CryptoKitties, spelt wrong. Lightbringer, yeah. We've got a few. So it is kind of interesting. It is interesting. I guess the most interesting thing is that Cliffyb asked it. The fact that he got some terrible responses, and no one mentioned Axes, which seemed to me a little bit odd. Obviously, there's loads of blockchain games out there. Most of them are far too obscure to get a Cliffyb sort of thing interested. But yeah, I guess if you're looking at the most popular games now, or have been for a while, you'd be looking at Splinterlands, Upland, the mobile property game, Axie Infinity. There's now what's it called? Alien Worlds, although that's really not. That's still very early. So probably a lot of the blockchain games are in a very early stage yet. So it's not the kind of thing Cliffyb would jump onto and go, "This is super duper." Surprised it wasn't more sandbox actually. But anyway, I think we'll see more of this. This is something that I think we'll see more of. That the famous proper game folk are gonna start kind of like reaching out as blockchain gets more as crypto kind of increases in mass appeal. NFTs we've seen on the art side, and then when the game stuff with NFTs starts kicking off, which could be Blancos really. I'm surprised Blancos isn't pushing more, but I think it's because their marketplace isn't ready yet, and some of their game functions aren't ready yet that they're delaying. But it's good to see anyway. That was the point of this video. Hilariously enough, I did meet Cliffyb a long time ago before I was into blockchain, and I did remember had a long conversation with him about alternative currencies. But I wasn't into blockchain then, so it wasn't about cryptocurrencies. But I remember having a long conversation with him about how we could create as long as everyone agreed with it, we could create a currency based on Cliffyb's hair. I think he thought I was quite mad, which I quite possibly am. Anyway, that's a story for another time. Thanks for listening, watching the video. Please subscribe to the channel, and see you again soon.